The human brain functions continuously, performing analysis, prediction, and comparison. This constant neural activity persists even during periods of sleep. Such activity generates a continuous stream of thoughts within the mind. These thoughts can range from inspiring and creative to potentially destructive in nature. Negative thoughts are powerful energy drainers, impacting both mental and physical well-being. This mental state goes beyond mood, progressively exhausting the body over time. Sustained negative thinking can lead to a decline in overall physical health. It also significantly compromises the quality and stability of interpersonal relationships. Recognizing and managing negative thought patterns is crucial for maintaining vitality and healthy connections. The human brain possesses an inherent capacity for prediction, a fundamental aspect of its operation. This predictive function is crucial for anticipating future scenarios and potential outcomes. It serves as a core survival mechanism, enabling proactive responses to environmental stimuli. The brain constantly models various situations, assessing risks and opportunities. Negative thoughts are a normal manifestation of this predictive mechanism. They represent the brain's attempt to identify and prepare for potential threats or challenges. The brain's primary function involves anticipating future events. It proactively creates models of possible outcomes. This predictive mechanism is fundamental to cognitive processes. A critical aspect is whether it prioritizes positive scenarios. Alternatively, it may prioritize the vivid development of negative scenarios. The nature of our thoughts, whether positive or negative, is shaped by a complex interplay of factors. Immediate environmental conditions significantly impact our mental state and thought processes. An individual's current physical state, including health and comfort, influences thought patterns. Accumulated past experiences and memories play a crucial role in forming our perspectives. The body's hormonal balance directly affects mood regulation and cognitive functions. Neurotransmitter levels in the brain are also key determinants of thought and emotional responses. The human brain is highly responsive to various internal and external stimuli. When individuals experience states like fatigue or anxiety, brain activity shifts. Information overload can also trigger changes in cognitive processing. A history of stressful events contributes to altered brain function. Under these conditions, the brain tends to generate negative scenarios more frequently. This heightened state is analogous to the brain entering a high alert mode. Ancient brain structures, including the amygdala, function as an early warning system. This system continuously scans the environment for potential dangers and threats. Upon perceiving a threat, whether real or imagined, an internal alarm is triggered. Even a mere thought of danger can activate this immediate alarm signal. This rapid response mechanism is crucial for survival, initiating fight or flight responses. The amygdala, a key brain region, is central to processing fear and emotional responses. Upon detecting a perceived threat, the amygdala exhibits heightened activity. This activation initiates a cascade of physiological changes within the body. These changes prepare the organism for immediate action, entering an action-ready state. The body's stress response initiates following activation of the amygdala, the brain's alarm center. This activation triggers the release of cortisol, a primary stress hormone, into the bloodstream. Simultaneously, adrenaline levels increase, preparing the body for immediate action. Glucose is also released into the bloodstream, providing an immediate energy boost. This extra fuel is directed to critical areas: the brain, senses, and muscles. These physiological changes enhance cognitive function, sensory perception, and physical strength for response. The physiological stress response, in the short term, offers significant benefits. It acts as a training mechanism, enabling the body to adapt to challenging situations. This response mobilizes necessary resources for immediate threat management. It enhances an individual's capacity to cope with acute stressors effectively. Persistent, anxious thoughts, lasting days or weeks, initiate detrimental bodily responses. The The body's physiological systems adapt to a perceived state of continuous threat. Blood flow is significantly redirected from internal organs towards major muscle groups. This redirection prioritizes physical readiness over essential internal processes. Consequently, vital functions, such as digestive processes, become severely compromised. Chronic anxiety is a persistent state that significantly impacts physiological functions. This prolonged anxiety leads to a weakening of the body's immune system. Simultaneously, the hormonal system also becomes compromised under sustained anxiety. When anxiety persists, it transforms into a more severe state known as distress. Distress is an exhausting form of stress that places immense strain on the body. Ultimately, this sustained distress degrades overall bodily function and health. Negative thoughts extend beyond individual well-being, significantly affecting interpersonal relationships. These thought patterns can manifest as suspicion towards others' intentions. They often lead to increased irritability in daily interactions. An individual with negative thoughts may anticipate unfavorable outcomes in social exchanges. This anticipation can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, straining connections. Ultimately, negative thoughts erode trust and foster conflict within relationships. Chronic anxiety significantly alters an individual's emotional and behavioral responses. A key consequence is an increased sensitivity to external stimuli, particularly words and actions. This heightened state of arousal can manifest in various behavioral patterns. One common manifestation is aggression, expressed through irritability or confrontational behavior. Alternatively, individuals may exhibit withdrawal, isolating themselves from social interactions. Both aggression and withdrawal can severely strain and damage existing social connections. Behavioral changes can gradually lead to the deterioration of relationships with others. A constant state of apprehension contributes to relational strain. Increased irritability further erodes positive interactions. These behaviors collectively diminish trust between individuals. They also undermine mutual understanding within relationships. The cumulative effect is a breakdown in interpersonal connections. The human brain is a complex organ, constantly processing information and generating thoughts. It is a fundamental characteristic of the brain that it cannot simply cease the act of thinking. Instead of stopping thoughts, the brain's activity must be consciously redirected. This principle forms the foundational understanding for effective thought management techniques. By intentionally guiding thought processes, individuals can influence their mental states. This redirection is key to cognitive restructuring and brain reprogramming strategies. The worst-case scenario technique is a coping mechanism for disturbing thoughts. It involves fully imagining the most negative outcome when an intrusive thought arises. This technique requires exploring the scenario to its absolute conclusion. The process must be completed without prematurely stopping or avoiding the thought. By confronting the fear directly, individuals can often reduce its power. This method helps to desensitize the mind to anxieties associated with the thought. The worst-case scenario technique involves imagining the most dire outcome of a situation. A crucial step in this technique is to identify a viable solution for that imagined situation. This process requires actively seeking a way out, even from the most challenging circumstances. When the brain perceives a potential solution, it registers a sense of control. This perception of a way out, regardless of the severity of the outcome, is key. Consequently, the brain's recognition of a solution significantly decreases anxiety levels. Anxiety is often driven by uncertainty, particularly concerning potential negative outcomes. Addressing hypothetical worst-case scenarios can mitigate this uncertainty. Finding a solution to such scenarios eliminates the unknown, reducing mental alarm. This cognitive process reassures the brain, thereby diminishing its anxiety response. The second technique for motivation involves shifting through purpose. This process begins with setting a clear and defined goal. Goal setting activates specific dopamine mechanisms within the brain. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter crucial for motivation. and driving forward movement. Dopamine, a crucial neurotransmitter, plays a significant role in brain function. Its activation directly influences the brain's attentional focus. Instead of fixating on potential negative outcomes, the brain's processing shifts. This shift reorients cognitive resources towards goal achievement. The brain begins to concentrate on strategies to reach the desired objective. This mechanism promotes a proactive and solution-oriented mindset. Norepinephrine is a key hormone and neurotransmitter in the body. It is often activated in conjunction with dopamine, another critical neurochemical. This activation contributes to a state known as productive tension. Productive tension is characterized by heightened focus and readiness. It enables an individual to maintain alertness, similar to a predator's focused state. This state is distinct from panic, promoting effective engagement rather than distress. Goal-oriented resilience describes the enhanced ability to cope with stress through purposeful action. Individuals who consistently set and pursue goals demonstrate greater resilience to stress. This proactive engagement with objectives contributes to improved stress management. Such individuals tend to experience increased longevity compared to those without clear goals. Their physiological systems operate in a state of motion and active engagement. This contrasts with a constant defensive mode, promoting overall well-being and health. Anxiety often arises from specific primary life areas, such as work or global events. A strategic approach to managing this anxiety involves redirecting mental and emotional energy. This redirection is achieved by setting a new, engaging goal in a different life area. Examples include pursuing a new sport, hobby, or creative endeavor. This method is not avoidance, but a conscious redistribution of personal resources for well-being. The most effective method to eliminate negative thoughts involves actively filling one's mental space. This mental space should be filled with positive and meaningful content. Examples include focusing on dreams, plans, and constructive projects. The brain instinctively avoids emptiness, seeking to occupy any void. Without conscious direction, this void will inevitably be filled by anxiety.